It's another Wednesday. Happy hump day. In today's show, we'll be discussing Bitcoin OG keeps faith in the bull market as the Bitcoin price action bounces 8%, quoting crypto analyst Mikhail Van de Popp back to 27,000. Great bounce from the 200-week moving average. Time to start the new uptrend to $38,000 to $42,000 on Bitcoin. Send it. Let's freaking go. In breaking news, Jack Dorsey courts controversy by claiming that Ethereum is a security. And speaking of securities, SEC lawsuits against Binance and Coinbase unify the crypto industry. I'll be breaking down the latest updates from the SEC. Also in today's show, El Salvador's Bitcoin miner Volcano Energy launches with $250 million investment. Quoting Max Kaiser, with Volcano Energy, El Salvador will win the global Bitcoin hash race. He also goes on to share that Bitcoin is the discovery of an absolute scarce synthetic digital commodity that works as perfect money. Everything else falls into these categories: unregistered security or not perfect money. Also in today's show, here's how Bitcoin can witness a full-on reversal towards a new all-time high. According to crypto analyst Credible Crypto, quoting him here, reality, Bitcoin makes a new all-time high in 2023, leaving the majority sidelined. Not everyone makes it. Also breaking news, VanEck says Bitcoin can soar and hit $4.8 million per coin if it becomes the global reserve asset. We'll also be taking a look at the overall crypto market. All this, plus so much more, in today's show. And welcome everyone just tuning in. This is pod episode number 1305. I'm your host JV, and today is Wednesday, June 7th, 2023. And checking out the market, as you can see here on your screen, we got Bitcoin back in the green, trading just above $26,300, actually about on the cusp of hitting $26,400. We have Ethereum barely in the red, trading just above $1,800. Binance, BNB coin, one of the top losers, currently trading at $259, down 7%. And also Cardano, down about 7%, trading at 32 cents. And checking out coinmarketcap.com, we got the crypto market cap just above 1.1 trillion with about 48 billion in volume in the past 24 hours. The Bitcoin dominance back on the climb at 46.5%, with the Ether dominance at 20.1%. And checking out the top 100 crypto gainers in the past 24 hours, Stacks leading the pack, up 6%, trading at 61 cents, followed by Terra Classic, up 4%, followed by XDC, up 3%, trading at 3.3 cents. And checking out the top 100 gainers for the past week, we can see we got a lot back in the green, including Pepe, up 14%, Stacks up 17%, and Luna Classic up 11.2%. And checking out the Crypto Greed and Fear Index, one of my favorite indicators, shows we're currently rated a 53 neutral. Yesterday was a 44 in fear, last week a 51, and last month a 60 in greed. So there you have it. And welcome to everyone just tuning into today's live stream. Now let's break down today's technical analysis and check out the charts and what's popping right now. Bitcoin swiftly erased its month-to-date losses on June 7th as volatility returned to ultimately favor the bulls. As you can see here in the Bitcoin 1-hour candle chart, that dip regarding the SEC lawsuits was very short-lived as we bounced right back. Data from Cointelegraph Market Report and TradingView showed Bitcoin hitting 27.3 on Bitstamp, almost a new June high. Bitcoin continued to rebound, and that had begun the day before, with markets shaking off the initial nerves from the US SEC's legal action against Binance and now Coinbase as well. And in doing so, Bitcoin recovered all of its lost ground, returning to its previous trading range focused just below 27,000. Quoting crypto analyst Mikhail Van de Popp, back to 27,000. Great bounce from the 200-week moving average. Time to start the new uptrend to 38 to 42,000 on Bitcoin. Let me know if you agree or disagree with the analyst. And quoting Rec Capital, Bitcoin has retested the 200-week moving average as support. Downside wicking below the moving average has taken place, but Bitcoin has managed to hold above it. That's right, looking pretty solid right now. Rec Capital previously warned that a firm loss of the 200-week moving average would result in a trip towards 20,000. But analyzing the bounce itself, we also have Trading Suite, Decent Trader, who saw cause for relief based on the exchange trader behavior. Quoting Decent Trader here, we also got confirmation of the strength of the move, with the Bitcoin long-short ratio plummeting over 50% as it climbed. That's right, as they point out right here. And also, quoting another analyst, we typically see a bit of a pullback until this is resolved. A monitoring resource, Material Indicators, said despite the FUD, is turning out to be a good day for Bitcoin. Let's see if the bulls can push it past resistance at $27,400. Now here's what Arthur Hayes has to say. Equally unshaken in his faith in the price action, moving to a better place. Arthur Hayes, the former CEO of derivative exchange BitMEX, in social media reactions, he called on hodlers to wait for the full return on the Bitcoin bull market. Quoting him here, the wall of worry is being climbed. Come with me on the Bitcoin bull market bus. We are still on struggle street, but the moon ain't far away. Touche. Let me know if you agree or disagree with the analyst, and let me know if you're currently bullish or bearish on the King Crypto. And with that being shared, all this controversy regarding the SEC deeming certain crypto tokens a security, Jack came out and said he believes that Ethereum is a security. So let's break this down, shall we? And then I'll be giving you the latest updates regarding the Binance and Coinbase lawsuits against the SEC. Longtime Bitcoin advocate Jack Dorsey found himself in a Twitter war with several crypto industry pundits after he responded with yes to a question asking is Ether if it was a security. The comment caught the attention of Udi Wertheimer, if I'm pronouncing that name right, a Bitcoin ordinals developer at Taproot Wizards, who inferred Dorsey was a clown in a tweet on June 6. In response, Dorsey tweeted, ETH is not a security. Teach me, wizard, which prompted Wertheimer to share a 5-year-old video of the United States SEC chairman, Gary Gensler, stating that ETH was now sufficiently decentralized and wasn't a security, as they had this controversy here on crypto Twitter. Now, Gaber Gerbach, strategy advisor to stablecoin issuer Tether and investment management firm VanEck, weighed in on Wertheimer's comment, stating Ethereum's recent transition to proof of stake may have re-triggered security laws. I think he makes a great point there. The online scuffle comes in light of the SEC filing lawsuits against crypto exchanges Binance and Coinbase on June 5th and the 6th for allegedly offering tokens considered to be unregistered securities. Dorsey also tweeted an implied approval of a screenshot of a post by Coinbase CEO Brian Armstrong back in 2015, where he referred to altcoins as a distraction and that Coinbase would instead be focused on Bitcoin. I mean, it's dated right here, February 23rd, 2015. That's coming directly from Brian Armstrong. Now, Dorsey continued on his pro-Bitcoin tweeting streak and retweeted a video of Jack Mallers, CEO of Bitcoin Lightning application Strike, calling out Armstrong for choosing to prioritize altcoins over building a Bitcoin and Lightning network, building on those networks. That's right, and it's a great video by Jack Mallers. It is absolutely savage. I retweeted it, so make sure to check that out on crypto Twitter. And when Dorsey was in charge of Twitter back in 2021, the company sold 140 Ethereum-based NFTs, but he rejected invested into Ethereum at that time. Dorsey also downplayed Ethereum's development in August 2021 when he claimed that Ethereum alone wouldn't be able to disrupt big tech. Dorsey recently provided funding and became an advocate for Nostr, a decentralized Twitter killer network that integrates Bitcoin Lightning-based payments on the Damus platform. How many of you actually have an account on Nostr? Let me know. I recently created one, so we can connect on there if you're over there. And what are your thoughts regarding Ethereum being a security? Let me know your honest thoughts in the comments below. And at the end of the show, I'll be reading everyone's comments out loud. Now for the latest with the ongoing saga between the SEC and the entire crypto industry is what it seems like. Professionals across the crypto sector responded to the US SEC's recent actions against the two biggest crypto exchanges, Binance and Coinbase. As we all know, on June 5th, the SEC filed a lawsuit against Binance for allegedly offering unregistered securities, which we all seen coming a long time ago. Only a day after filing the Binance suit, the commission also went after Coinbase on similar grounds, alleging that popular cryptos offered by the exchange, such as Solana, Polygon, and the Sandbox, qualify as securities. In fact, they listed quite a lot. So according to the SEC, there's at least 65 cryptocurrencies that are deemed securities. And I covered that in great detail yesterday. If you missed that episode, be sure to check it out. Now, according to Kristen Smith, the CEO of Blockchain Association, while the SEC's actions are expected, is still unacceptable. She explained, quoting her here, the SEC doesn't make the law. Indeed, this approach to regulation is unacceptable, but it is what we have come to expect from the SEC SEC and its anti-crypto stance. You could say that again. Gary Gensler, anti-crypto, 100%. That's why we call him No Clarity Gary, or No Claire Gare. The executive highlighted that while the industry and the U.S. Congress are working to develop effective regulation, the SEC continues to distract from substantial policy efforts. The executive believes that by listing assets this way, the SEC is trying to circumvent formal rulemaking processes and deny public engagement. It does seem to be this way, doesn't it? Let me know if you guys agree. Now, in addition to the SEC's actions being unacceptable, other professionals working in the space believe that the effects of this recent move include pushing crypto players to more crypto-friendly jurisdictions and weakening consumer confidence in crypto within the United States. It does seem to be this way, right? Do you think that's the ultimate game plan? Insider Intelligence crypto analyst Will Page said that the recent suits highlights the SEC's intent to police the space through enforcement in the absence of regulatory framework, and according to Page, this could potentially knock down the already weak consumer confidence in cryptocurrencies in the country. Now, Ben Caselin, the chief strategy officer at crypto exchange MaskX, believes that while this is a case against Binance, it may have implications for other players in the United States. The former AAX executive explained that this can open up more opportunities for other jurisdictions such as Hong Kong, Dubai, or even El Salvador to drive innovation and attract capital and talent, which we're witnessing right now in firsthand, especially when it comes to El Salvador. Quoting Oscar Franklin Tan, the chief legal officer of NFT token protocol Engine, the SEC actions only drive talent and innovation out of the U.S. to countries with clearer rules that support responsible builders. Singapore in 2020 stated it does not follow the U.S. Howey test. Japan has a clear self-regulatory framework for exchanges. Now, doubts cast on the SEC's fairness and motivations. According to David Schwed, the chief operating officer of blockchain security firm Halborn, the SEC's mandate is to ensure the safeguarding of investors, and he believes that this can be done through clear regulations, not through enforcement actions. The executive added that SEC chairman No Clarity Gary motivations may be skewed. It seems to me that his personal ambitions and the need to validate his stance have now superseded his core mandate. And then we have Alex, the founder of decentralized finance protocol Metapon region. Volcano Energy, the company behind the site, said the funds would go towards developing the power generation park using solar and wind energy, which will eventually power the Bitcoin mining operation. Volcano Energy chairman Max Keiser took to Twitter on June 7th to announce the news. Quoting him here, Volcano Energy receives the first $250 million of a $1 billion commitment that kickstarts 241 megawatts of Bitcoin mining in El Salvador. We got the power. You can say that again. Shout out to Bukele. Now, Bitcoin mining uses high-power computers hooked up to the global network, using massive amounts of electricity in the process. The energy-intensive practice has come under fire from environmentalists and FUDsters who are concentrated on the exasperates of forest loss and climate change. Stablecoin issuer Tether is among the investors in the first funding round to develop Volcano Energy, and although its investment figure is undisclosed, their chief technology officer said the investment marks the stablecoin issuer's intent to drive investment in renewable energy production and mining infrastructure. And according to Volcano Energy, the 241 megawatt power generation capacity will be divided between 169 megawatts of photovoltaic solar energy and 72 megawatts of wind energy. And according to Tether, the computing power of the park is estimated to exceed 1.3 exahashes per second. And if achieved, this would position Volcano Energy's cumulative Bitcoin mining hash rate among the top 20 pools worldwide. And according to Volcano Energy, the park is a pioneering example of Bitcoin mining driven by renewable energy, reflecting the industry's constant innovation and growth in a competitive landscape. Quoting them here, flip the script on traditional finance. Volcano Energy is powering the Bitcoin revolution in El Salvador with renewable energy. Now, the Salvadoran government will play a crucial role in the planning and execution on this initiative, securing preferred participation equivalent to 23% of revenues. The investors will own 27%, with the remaining 50% reinvested in expanding energy production capacity and advancing Bitcoin mining. Keiser, a Bitcoin advocate and podcaster, plays a pivotal role in the El Salvador adoption initiatives, serving as an advisor to Bukele and chairman at Volcano Energy. The Central American country continues to efforts to drive Bitcoin adoption after becoming the first nation to make Bitcoin a legal tender in 2021. Virtually 2 years ago. And quoting Max right here, Bitcoin is the discovery of an absolutely scarce synthetic digital commodity that works as perfect money. Everything else falls into these categories, either unregistered security or not perfect money. Everything is mathematically guaranteed to go to virtually zero against Bitcoin. So there you have it. Now let's break down this all-time high price prediction, not next year, the year of the halving, but for this year in 2023. And then we'll dive into that colossal $4.8 million price prediction before diving into some live Q&A. So a closely followed strategist is outlining how Bitcoin can regain its bullish momentum and rally towards a fresh all-time high. Credible Crypto tells his 340,000 Twitter followers the Bitcoin bulls have successfully defended a critical support level at 25,000 following Monday's corrective move. And according to Credible, a move below 25,000 will likely be driven by forced liquidations, which he thinks would be favorable for the long-term bulls. Quoting him here, "I consider the first target met at this point, which means anything lower is a bonus. Will only be driven by forced liquidations, and the minute we manage to reclaim 27.5, we probably squeeze up and see a full-on reversal." The trader says he is accumulating Bitcoin at the current prices as he predicts a move above 27.5 can send Bitcoin skyrocketing to a new all-time high. Quoting him here, "I've started buying spot Bitcoin as per the plan. Haven't hit sub 25,000 yet, but took our lows at 25.8-ish. Keeping it simple, can fish for liquidations into 22 to 23,000. Downside capped at 20,000 in my opinion. Reclaim 27.5 and we are ready for continuation to new all-time highs." And also quoting him here on crypto Twitter, expectations, meaning this is what everyone's expecting. The Bitcoin halving is in April 2024. Expect Bitcoin to go sideways between 20 to 40,000 for about 12 months, which is when we accumulate as much Bitcoin as we can. Once the halving hits, we start our next bull run to 100,000 plus into 2025, and everyone's going to make it. But the reality, Bitcoin makes a new all-time high in 2023, leaving the majority sidelined, and not everyone makes it. So there you have it. Let me know if you agree or disagree with Credible Crypto that we're likely to see a new all-time high for Bitcoin this year in 2023. And with that being shared, fam, now for the moment you have all been waiting for, and that's our breaking story of the day coming from VanEck, the giant asset manager. They have doubled up their prediction to the upside of gold, and they say Bitcoin could be worth as much as 4.8 million per coin if it was to become a global reserve asset. So that's the key word there, if it was to become a global reserve asset. And that is a big if, of course, and VanEck thinks that the Chinese yuan is more likely of a contender. The lofty assessment for Bitcoin came in a Thursday Insight piece written by VanEck's head of active debt, Eric Fine, and chief economist Natalia, who attempted to compare the price of implications for gold and Bitcoin if either would be adopted as a backing for global currency regimes. VanEck's analysis found that the implied price for Bitcoin ranged from 1.3 million as the low to 4.8 million per Bitcoin as the high. The lower prediction was based on Bitcoin as a monetary base, which investment database Investopedia says includes all circulating supply of a currency and bank deposits, but is not a common marker for economists to look at. And quoting Mike Alfred here, asset manager VanEck says the Bitcoin price implied by the global M0 and M2 is between 1.3 million and 4.8 million if it is to replace fiat currency reserves as the next global reserve asset. Now, the higher prediction came from the more common M2 assessment, which Investopedia considers to be a measure of the money supply that includes all bank deposits with a currency and its ability to be converted into cash. And in their assessment of gold's per ounce price, check this out, Fine and Gershina leaned more towards the M0 price prediction of 31,000 per an ounce of gold as a reliable starting point because a very big number of central banks have little or no reserve gold. The lack of deposit skews an M2 prediction to a much higher and less reliable $105,000 per ounce of gold. Could you imagine that? Now, recent geopolitical unrest have already led Russia to consider using different currencies, and we all know what's happening right now in real time with the BRICS. There's like over 26 nations around the world who are looking ultimately to say goodbye to the US dollar. They don't want no part of it. Quoting them here, central banks are likely to change their reserve mix to the determinant of dollars and euros and yen and the enhancement of something else to one extent or another. And as a result, some central banks and private actors will be diversifying their reserves. Now, VanEck has a stake in the crypto industry with its Bitcoin Strategy Exchange Traded Fund. For those that didn't know, yes, they do have an ETF, which is a Bitcoin futures ETF, the fund that has $30.1 million in total net assets. The firm also recently filed with the SEC to launch a new ETF that focuses on gold mining and crypto mining companies. And we all know once we get a spot Bitcoin ETF in the United States, game on. Why do I say that? There's literally trillions upon trillions of dollars just waiting right now in real time on the sidelines, just waiting for that clarity so that, these investments can go into the king crypto. So once the spot Bitcoin ETF is here, game on. Right now, we just have future ETFs, such as the one from VanEck, which is great for the regulators to manipulate the price action of the king crypto. So obviously, United States regulators are trying to destroy crypto to the best of their abilities. And we're witnessing that right now in real time. And with that being shared, fam, welcome to everyone tuning in to today's live show. Make some noise in the live chat. I'm going to start reading out these comments out loud. Mike, good morning and welcome. Digital Dankness, good to see you, fam. He says he did a live support yesterday on the Ledger. Good to note. I didn't catch that. Let me know how it went. Good stuff. Talked about the flaws in the system that everyone is talking about, how to be responsible for your own crypto, etc. Well done. Where was that done? Was that on Twitter Spaces? Was that done on YouTube? Let me know. Curious. Good stuff. I'll be back. Appreciate that. Thank you for tuning back in. Welcome, Bitcoin Maximus. What's new, fam? Good to see you. Matthew J. What up? What up? Good to see you as well. Statwise. What's new? How you enjoying your hump day thus far? Jeremy Amos. Welcome. Megadon, good to see you, fam. Johnny Midas, always smashing the like for JV. Thank you, Adam, too. Appreciate that. Matthew J, always a pleasure. Desert greetings, JV and friends. Greetings to everyone out there in the deserts of the world. Places like California, we got Arizona, Vegas, and the likes. It really pays to have friends in Washington. Gary Gensler never sued FTX. That's a great fact, savvy Bitcoiner. I'm glad you pointed that out. And we're pumping as we're doing this live. We're currently above 26.4. Love to see that. Let's keep pumping, shall we? But yeah, good stuff. Obviously, Gary Gensler never sued FTX because he was colluding with Scam Bankman-Fried himself. So they're not going to go after themselves. So obviously, Scam Bankman-Fried was a bad actor. The regulators and Gary Gensler supported them. They were having meetings behind closed doors. They met so many times. And so why would they go after themselves when they're responsible, or at least partially responsible, for the collapse of over $10 billion in crypto assets and the entire exchange going under? Here, they're suing them because Gary knows he's not colluding with them this time. So that's my take on it. Let me know if you guys agree or disagree. Is the FTX token considered a security? Yes. FTT, I would deem a security. It's kind of printed out of thin air, no real utility. I don't know if the SEC has deemed it a security. I would imagine so. But then again, it's up in the air because, like it was just mentioned, Gary never went after FTX. So who knows? Maybe FTT has the green light like Bitcoin. It will be deemed a commodity. Could you imagine that? Yeah. I'd say FTX is a scam, not a security. I just explained how wash trading was behind the FTT token. Word up, 100%. Web City USA, please say wake up. Nicholas Anderson, Bitcoin is awesome, dude. Wake up, Nicholas Anderson. Watch Arthur Hayes in Miami 2023 and flip-flops. That's what's up. I got a lot of respect for Crypto Hayes. Just blaze. Save me a seat soon to come for the Bitcoin party in Puerto Rico, says Lazy Turtle. I'm absolutely looking forward to it. It's going to be a blast. And if Credible Crypto is right, I shared his insights today, and we hit an all-time high this year and surpassed 100,000. We're going to be meeting up a lot sooner than a lot of y'all are anticipating, so be prepared because I cannot wait personally. It's going to be a blast. I just got Nostr, but can't figure out how to use it yet. It was confusing to me as well. I had to watch tutorials on YouTube on how to use it. It was very complicated. Even though it looks just like Twitter, you got to connect everything to make it work. So it's a bit of a process, but it's worth doing because it's actually pretty cool. I think it's pretty sweet once I got it all set up. I just got Nostr, but yeah, if you mess with it, you'll figure it out. It may take you a few hours. Not that ETH is POS. It is not decentralized anymore. So the SEC, again, yeah, you got to keep that in mind. Not only is Ethereum not centralized, they did switch their entire protocol from proof of work to proof of stake. And staking, to me, seems like it would be a security. But again, there is no clarity. They choose to have no clarity because they want to confuse the investors so they can do their enforcement, you know what I mean? Which is very sad, but it's the reality we face. The only one that has the green light at this point from the CFTC and the SEC is Bitcoin. Bitcoin is a commodity, and even other countries and world leaders around the world will say the same thing. So the only cryptocurrency out of 25,500 cryptos that has the green light that we know for a fact is not going to be scrutinized as being a security is the one and only BTC. It is what it is. You know what I mean? Yeah, staking coins makes it a security, says Dankness. That's what it seems like to me because there is a yield, hence security, right? Trademark makes it a security. Well, many things obviously can make it a security. So if it smells like a security, tastes like a security, maybe it is a security, especially in the eyes of the regulators. You know what I mean? Also an executive table. Expecting a return and profit. Yo, Crypto News Alerts fam, what's good, Coin Father? It's good to see you, fam. Appreciate you tuning in as always. Roadmap makes ETH a security as well. If you can make a plan and execute it, it is not decentralized. I was seeing house in El Salvador around 300,000 to 500,000. That's the price point that it could be worth to crypto investors. That's what's up. Are you looking online at real estate out there? Did you actually visit El Salvador? Do let me know. For 300,000 to 500,000, let's discuss Puerto Rico. A little comparison here. My house, I think it cost roughly 700,000 with closing costs. It may have been 740,000, something like that. I live in just a 3-bedroom, but it's a new construction, beautiful community, very active sports community. I would consider it upscale, but probably can't even buy a new nice house in a nice community for 300,000 to 500,000 in Puerto Rico. The prices are already pretty crazy. You probably need $1 million to buy something considered, nice, or at least $500,000 and up. All depends on your location. As they say in real estate, location is everything. Location, location, location. You can have a house in the most overpriced city in Puerto Rico, which is Dorado. That's where like Logan Paul, a lot of the influencers, Ricky Martin, etc. live. And you can spend $30-40 million on a crib here on the island. 30 to 40 million. And you can get a similar crib, maybe not necessarily on the water in the most exclusive area of Puerto Rico, but maybe for $1 million in a different type of location, just to give you some insights what you can find. Yeah, but it is what it is. But very interesting. I think the prices will naturally keep going up in El Salvador as more and more Bitcoiners go to the island, because a lot of Bitcoiners are whole coiners that are relocating, and they have the funds, to make those purchases. So we shall see in the next 5 years how you think the real estate market is going to look, especially in El Salvador. I think it's going to continue booming. So if you're looking for an investment property, not a bad idea to check out El Salvador. Back from a heart bypass surgery and ready to watch the bull run. Boomer, futurist, glad to hear you are back and out of the hospital. I don't wish the hospital upon anyone. I know it's dreadful. I watched my father pass away, being in a hospital. So, yeah, I've had my experience there. Welcome back. Glad it was successful, fam. Wishing you a long and prosperous life so you can enjoy this bull run. You know what I mean? And $100,000 plus Bitcoin price and a 7-figure, all that good stuff. Digital dankness, not enough in you to hope crypto going to zero and Bitcoin going to millions and billions. I was talking about homes in El Salvador. I think Bitcoin will go to billions. So we might be talking about two different things. Buying a vacation home at $300,000 is my price range. And El Salvador is looking to be a smart move for a crypto investment. Absolutely. Seems like the place to be. If I didn't already have a family here in Puerto Rico, number one spot I'd be looking to relocate. If I was just in the United States, I'd say I got to get to El Salvador. But I do have family here, which makes it a little more difficult to relocate. Yeah, I mean, good morning, JV and Crypto News Alerts fam. Good morning, Michael Volkman. Carlos Forte says, God bless. God bless you as well. Appreciate the love and support. Appreciate you tuning in. So Bitcoin is a commodity. So approve a spot ETF already. Exactly. So as Bitcoin is a commodity, where's the spot Bitcoin ETF? It's non-existent because they don't want it, because they don't want those trillions of dollars to go into crypto. They're trying to suppress the price action. Why do you think Gary is attacking all the major exchanges? Why? To create fear and uncertainty, hoping that investors dump all of their crypto. But guess what's happening in return? A lot of people are going to dump those questionable securities and put it into Bitcoin. So you're going to see the Bitcoin dominance continue to climb, which we've witnessed in the past 24 hours. You know what I mean? And I expect that dominance to continue to rise. It is what it is. I will rewind to catch up after the Q&A. I'm running a bit late. All good, Volkman. Appreciate you tuning in regardless. You know what I mean? How many of you currently feel, in all honesty, the regulators will deem Ethereum a security? Let me know. Or do you think they'll deem it a commodity, or both? And what about XRP? That's another ongoing lawsuit versus the SEC for literally 3 freaking years. You know what I mean? Do you think XRP will be deemed a bridge currency, a commodity, a security, or a little bit of both, depending upon what side of the bed the regulators wake up on? Let me know, because it is insanity, to say the least. Anyways, fam, now for a recap of what I covered with you here in today's show. I broke down the latest technical analysis as Bitcoin OG keeps faith in a bull market as Bitcoin price bounces to 8%. As VanEck Pop says, the new uptrend, we're heading to $38,000 to $42,000 for the Bitcoin price action. We also discussed Jack Dorsey. He considers Ethereum to be a security. We also discussed the latest updates with the SEC lawsuits against Binance and Coinbase and how it's unifying the crypto industry. We also discussed breaking news coming out of El Salvador with their Bitcoin miner Volcano Energy launching with a $250 million investment. We also discuss here's how Bitcoin can witness a full-on reversal towards a new all-time high this year in 2023, surpassing $100,000 as per crypto analysts, Credible Crypto. And I also shared big news. VanEck says Bitcoin can hit $4.8 million per coin if it became the global reserve asset. But where do you feel the Bitcoin price is likely to go next?